Hey, what's going on, guys? Buzz White Guys here again. I'm Horizon, and today's video I'm going to be doing another deck profile for you guys. And in this deck profile, I'm actually going to be doing something a little different than what I've been doing for the past few ones. And this is a little fun deck that I decided I was going to play, and it is Invoked ABC. This deck is actually extremely fun. I like it. I can consistently make a first turn board consisting of Decode Talker, Mechaba, and Dragon Buster. So let's go ahead and get started with this deck profile. I have a different camera set up, so hopefully you guys can see the cards a little bit better this time. So starting out, I play triple Alistair. I want to see Alistair in my opening hand. So playing 3 I feel like is always necessary no matter what deck I'm running Invoked in. I just feel like playing 3 is the most consistent way that I can see Alistair besides playing more field spells. And in this deck I'm actually playing 1 invocation. I'm testing it out. I might bump it up to 2. I haven't decided yet, but I like 3 Alistair. I always see it in my opening hand. Next, I run, of course, the standard triple A, triple B, and triple C. I thought about cutting C down to 2 and then playing 1 more invocation. I'm still testing this deck out, so the deck list isn't final yet, but I do like having 3 of each piece. It's nice, and then these pieces, everyone knows what they do. ABC's in the top meta deck right now, so everybody knows what this deck does, but I'll quickly go over what each piece does. A, whenever it's sent to the graveyard from field to grave, you can you can add one that was one union monster that's in your graveyard back to your hand, and then when it's equipped to something, the monster that it's equipped to is unaffected by monsters. B works whenever it goes from the field to the graveyard. You can search a union monster from your deck to your hand, and whenever it is equipped to something, the monster is unaffected by the effects of spells. C works when it's sent from the field to the graveyard. You can special summon a union monster from your hand, and then when it's equipped to something, it is unaffected by trap effects. So that is it for the ABC engine. For the next part, I play 2 Cock-a-Doodle-Doo. I actually like this card a lot. You special summon it from your hand if there are no monsters on the field and it becomes a level 3, or you can special summon it if your opponent controls a monster and it's a level 4. So it's just a nice tuner. It helps get out Ancient Fairy Dragon, and it's actually just a really nice free special summon. And then for the Dragon Ravine targets, I play 1 Destrudo and then 1 Supreme King Dragon. I don't feel like playing more than 1 Destrudo in this deck is necessary, maybe in a pure, but you're always going to have Destrudo unless something happens back into your deck. So it's not like you're not going to have targets for Dragon Ravine, and also you have the Supreme King Dragon. Destrudo is just a really good card, helps get out your Ancient Fairy, and then the Supreme King Dragon is just an easy, if there's no cards on your field, special summon it, is a free level 4. With Destrudo, you always want to have a level 4 on the field to make him a level 3. That way you can just easily make Ancient Fairy Dragon. For hand traps, I run double Ash and double Ogre. I'd like to bump up Ash to 3. Like I always say, I just don't have access to a 3rd Ash. Ash is expensive. I am a college kid, so 2 Ash is sufficient enough. And that is it for the monsters. For the spells, I run quite a few field spells, so let's go ahead and get started with those. 1 Meltdown, triple Union Hanger. I don't have supers, I know. I just got whatever I could. And then I play triple Dragon Ravine, and again, I don't have supers, I just got whatever I could. 1 Meltdown I feel like is enough because you play enough terraformings in this deck. Like I play 3 and then I play 1 set rotation, so you're always going to have access to at least an Alistair or a magical Meltdown. Union Hanger's good. It searches out your pieces for your Dragon Buster, and then it also equips 1. And then Ravine is good to send your Destrudo to the graveyard to start your Ancient Fairy plays. And like I said, you're always going to have access to Meltdown, so playing one is fine because you have Ancient Fairy Dragon, you have Terraformings, you have set rotation, so you're not ever not going to see your field spells. If I can pick these up. For the rest of the spells, I play, of course, triple terraforming and then the one set rotation. Unfortunately, set rotation's at 1, but you have enough field spells to where set rotation is always going to be live. And with Ancient Fairy, you're never going to lock yourself out from playing more field spells because you have Ancient Fairy, and Ancient Fairy pops as many field spells on the field as it can. So it also pops the one that you set on your opponent's side. So set rotation is never dead, and it's just a really good card. And then terraforming, everyone knows what terraforming does. You're always going to see a field spell. You're never not going to. You play 3 terraforming, 1 set rotation, and you play 7 field spells. You're never not going to see a field spell. And then I play 1 Invocation. Like I said, I thought about bumping this up to 2, but I play enough Alistairs and enough terraformings to where I'll always see an Alistair, and then I'll always have Invocation unless it just gets ashed or something. Like I said in my True Draco deck profiles, I like having 2 Invocation. It's just like a safety net, but I'm just testing it now. I don't know if I find it necessary to run 2 in this deck. Again, I'm testing it, so the deck list is not completely final. If I did play a second Invocation, I'd probably take out a C and throw in the second Invocation. For the rest of the spells, I play double Twin Twisters. The reason I play Twin Twisters in this deck is because of discard, so you can discard your pieces to the graveyard. 1 Foolish Burial for, like, if for whatever reason you don't have access to Dragon Intervene, you can still send a Destrudo, or you can still send the Supreme King Dragon. And then, of course, the 1 Monster Reborn, because it's Monster Reborn, and it's splashable in every deck, and it's just so good. I mean, you can get access to more links with Monster Reborn, and it's just an overall amazing card. That's it for the spells. For the traps, I play the Solemn lineup with 2 strikes, 1 warning, and then the 1 judgment. Judgment, I'm still not completely sold on it. I mean, it is Judgment. It is nice to have it back to 1, but I just, you already spend so many life points in this deck. So, I mean, it's not like you're going to kill yourself with Judgment, but with the others, I mean, they might be dead because you've already wasted half your life points with Destrudo. So, I'm not really sure how I feel. I do like the Solemn package though. I mean, it is Solemns, so they're always going to have disruption for your opponent. So it's nice to have. If I did change anything, I might take out Judgment and throw in something else. I haven't decided yet. Like I said, this deck list isn't final. That is it for the main deck. The main deck is 40 cards. For the extra deck, for the Invoked monsters, I play 2 Mechaba, 1 Earth, 1 Purgatrio, 1 Raijin, and then the 1 Kaliga. Mechaba is the only one that I run at 2 because the extra deck is so tight that I don't have enough room to run multiples of the other Invoked. Mechaba is just good. You're going to make Mechaba more in this deck than you are the other ones. The other ones are just there for, like, if your opponent has something in their grave and you don't. Everyone knows what the Invoked monsters do. They're all really nice. They're all great. I feel like the ones that I have in the deck right now are the more important ones. The ones you'll see come up more than any other. The Earth one is just so you have a beater in your deck to get over certain things like a Masterpiece or something. But that is it for the Invoked monsters. For the rest of the fusions, I play, of course, the triple Dragon Buster. Everyone knows what Dragon Buster does. It tags out, discards 1 to banish. Really great card. Playing 3, I feel like is necessary because you're going to be going into your Dragon Buster quite a lot because you're going to be tagging out and then going back into it. So you're going to have need to have more access to as many Dragon Busters as you can. But that is it for the fusions. For the synchros, I play, of course, the one Ancient Fairy Dragon and then one Black Rose Dragon. I like having Black Rose because it allows me to have kind of like a board wipe, and also if I need to get some pieces to the graveyard and I have them on field, I can just make Black Rose Dragon. And everyone knows what Ancient Fairy does: pops a field spell, gain 1,000, searches another one, and then you can special summon one level 4 monster from your hand, which is great because that's how you make links and that's how you get your pieces to the graveyard. For links, I play a small link package. I play one Decode Talker, one Proxy, and then one Underclock Taker. Both of these are just generic rank 2s. And then I play one Decode just because I feel like you're not going into as many links as like other decks would, like a pure version of this deck would. Most of the time your first turn board is going to be hard to break, and if your opponent does break it, it's kind of, they're in a position, I don't want to say they're in a position to win, but you still have access to like the other rank 2 that you didn't use, so it's not like you're never going to have links. And then also, if you make a board with Decode, Mechaba, and Buster Dragon, you're in a position to win. Like, there's not much that they can do as long as you have like other things to follow up on, like stuff to send with Mechaba, and then like have a card to send with Buster Dragon. Plus, it tags out, so it creates more fodder for your Decode to negate other things that destroy monsters. So I don't know. The only other link that I would consider playing is the I forget the name of it, but it's a link too. It's the Magician one, the one that if a card is pointing to a zone it's pointing to, or if it's in the zone it's pointing to, you can bounce it back. That'd be the only one that I would consider playing. But the extra deck is just so small, so I feel like playing more than this link package is really not necessary. And then to round up the extra deck, we play the one Baguska, because it's Baguska, it's good, it's a rank 4 generic. That's all there is to say about that. That is it for the extra deck. For the side is always out the personal preference. You can play whatever you want to, but this is what I play. I still play 2 cherries. I don't run like major cherries targets, but I mean, playing against a mirror match or playing against another Invoked deck, it's always nice to have cherries because you have those in your extra deck anyway, so you might as well just play cherries, and then you have a Buster Dragon and then any Invoked monster for cherries targets. Then I play 2 Droll. Droll is not really necessary in the main. Droll is good against like True Draco, but Spiral's not that huge of a deck anymore. Pendulum, I haven't seen it much anymore, so I feel like having it in the main is just kind of, there's not really a point to it, and so it's always there in the side if I need it. And then of course I play 2 Sticky String, just generic Kaiju. I play Sticky String because I don't have Gamma Seals. And then I play 2 System Downs because System Down is still relevant and still a viable card. It banishes all your machines that your opponent controls, so it's not the ones that you do too. So I feel like System Down is still good because the mirror match is not necessarily a tough matchup. It's just annoying to deal with. So playing System Downs, it just gives you access to getting rid of your opponent's Buster Dragon, along with if you side in cherries too. And then I play 2 Spell Shattering Arrows for Draco. I don't feel like Cosmic Cyclones are good in this deck because you're paying enough life points anyway. You don't want more cards in your deck that pay life points, so you're already tight on life points. And then I play 2-Dimensional Barrier and then triple Anti-Spell Fragrance because I still hate Pendulum and they're good against other decks too. And that is actually it for this deck profile. That is everything. I say this all the time, but like I say, make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. You can stay up to date with all of our Yu-Gi-Oh content. Pretty soon I'll be getting Apocalypse and we'll be doing a deck profile, like I said in the last video, on his top 32 Charlotte Regional deck that he got an invite with. It's True Draco, Invoked, Wind Witch, and then it has Spellbook in there too. Quite a few engines, but hopefully you guys enjoy this deck. If you have any tips, please put them in the comment section. I try to respond as fast as I can, but it's one of these decks that I just kind of threw together, so the deck list isn't final. But if you have any tips for like me as an ABC player, let me know. I'll greatly appreciate it. But like I always say, if you haven't already, click subscribe to stay up to date with all of our Yu-Gi-Oh content. I'm Horizon, and remember, believe in the heart of the cards.